Hey, what's going on guys? Welcome back to another PUBG video. Today's video is more of a tutorial on how to choose the best scope sensitivity that suits your own game style. People often try to copy someone else's settings and hope they work for them, but in reality it's all about personal preference. What works for me might not necessarily work for you. That's why I want to teach you a way that allows you to figure out the best sensitivities that work specifically for you. I did a lot of testing, so I hope you guys stick around till the end and enjoy the video. So as a starting point, I'm going to reset all my settings, right? Everything is at default. You see the scope sensitivities are all at 5. We're going to update them one by one throughout this video. We're going to start by maxing out the forward running sensitivity and the movement sensitivity. They're not part of this video, but this is how I like them maxed out. The vertical sensitivity multiplier, I like it at 50. I don't like it to be high because I believe it creates horizontal recoil. I'm not going to talk about it now. I already did in 2 other videos. For the aim acceleration, it's not something I would ever want to use. I keep it at disabled. It throws off your tracking. So in this video, we're going to mainly talk about the general sensitivity and the scope sensitivities. For the general sensitivity, we have a few ways or several ways to test it. The first one is to try to snap quickly at a target that is not close to your crosshair. You see here, the idea is that you want to turn to the target, and as you turn, you want your crosshair to land on the target. So it has to be a perfect turn, and then you can ADS. The second way to test it is to try to hip fire or to basically walk in circles around the target, and you should not be dragging your aim to keep your crosshair on the target. As you can see here, I have a little bit of a drag, so I definitely need to increase my general sensitivity. I'm going to increase it to 10 from 5 and test again both the target snap and the hip fire. I'll keep changing my general sensitivity to a point where I feel like both tests are working perfectly for me. So if I try to snap at this target on my right, I feel like it's better than before, but it's still not perfect. And if I do it for a further target, it's better than the close range target, but still not super great. I can feel it. It's mainly about the feeling. The hip fire looks better, but I still have this little drag. It's definitely better than before. Also, it feels slow. I'm going to increase it to around 14. I found that the best general sensitivity for me, at least, is around 14. And I'm going to test again. You see, my target snaps or snapping is more consistent than before. I'm around the target. My hip fire is definitely better. I see there's a mistake here at the end, but it's definitely better than before. Also, the whole general sensitivity feels better. I found that 14.8 works perfectly for me. I've been using it for a long time. I can snap to target easily or better, or actually in a more consistent way. Like if I'm missing, I'm always missing in a consistent way, if that makes sense. And for the hip fire, it's definitely way smoother than before. I can keep the target within my crosshair without having to drag it. And usually, if you drag too much, you're gonna miss your hip fire. That's like one of the major reasons why I love SMGs, because I can hip fire comfortably. Now, moving on to the 1X, or the red dot. The main thing that you need to consider is not the recoil control at first. You need to be able to track your targets, whether a walking target or a car or even a motorbike. So you see here my aim is lagging behind this car. It was lagging behind the walking target, and it's definitely going to lag behind the bike because it's way faster. That's normal. It's still at 5. That's the default value. Ideally, the starting point should be equal to the general sensitivity. This is essential because you want your 1X to be super close to the general sensitivity, because it is the main drive behind building a good muscle memory. You want to be consistent going in and out your red dot because there's no magnification. So both should feel more or less the same. And the trick here is that you need to compensate for the standing sprays. I can't stress that enough. Not the crouch sprays, because oftentimes you're spraying the red dot while standing. I found that 14.8 is a little bit too high for me. 14 feels pretty good, but just for experiment's sake, I'm gonna decrease it to 13 and see which one is better. It looks like 14 is better, so maybe the best sensitivity for me is between 13 and 14. I'm gonna test 13.5, and it looks better than 13. Maybe 14 is still better. Let me try 13.3. Right, so that's good. It's either 13.3 or 14. So now is the right time to go into the AIM lab that is in training mode and basically try to test the general sensitivity and the red dot sensitivity. This is something that we have tried before. The idea here is to shoot as many targets as you can in 1 minute, and really just the combination of the general sensitivity. Here you see I'm snapping really fast at targets, and with the red dot I can just hit consistent headshots. That will allow me to shoot as many targets as possible in 1 minute. You can repeat this training and change maybe the sensitivity just a little bit, like between 13.3 and 14. Try to test both and see which one gives you the higher number of targets that you can kill or get, right? It's essential here that you can snap at targets in a fast way and in an effective way and hit the headshots. Headshots will give you a good indication of how good your red dot sensitivity is, and snapping at target will give you a good indication of how good your general sensitivity is. In this example, I got 39 kills. Usually something around 20-25 kills is pretty good. And that's really it for the red dot. Now for the 2x, pretty much the same. You start with tracking and then you move to the recoil control. The trick here is the starting point. You don't want to start from the general sensitivity. That's a little bit too high. You want to start with your 1x, but minus 2 points, not 0.2 points, minus 2 points. So if your 1x is 13.3, your 2x should start at 11.3. This is because the 1x is usually used for the super close range, and you need the flexibility of like a high sensitivity on the 1x to be able to track super close range targets. As you can see, 11.3 doesn't give me a perfect recoil pattern because I'm struggling a little bit with the horizontal recoil, which means I need to increase my sensitivity just a little bit, not too much. Actually, 11.7 works really well for me. Okay, well, I'm gonna leave it at 11.7. That was a little lucky, but I wouldn't say it's completely luck because I do that training all the time. So I just kind of sense by how much. Now for the 3x, the starting point should be the 2x plus 1 because it's an additional magnification. So I'm going to start with 12.7 and see how it feels. But actually it looks perfect. Yeah, that looks really perfect. So I guess I'm just going to leave it at 12.7. Okay, for the 4x, you just do the same. You start from the 3x and you increase it by 1. So my starting point is 13.7, right? And I'm going to test how the spray looks. I do have a little bit, just a tiny bit of struggle with the horizontal recoil. It's not much. I feel like my sensitivity is just a tiny bit too high. 13.6 already feels better than 13.7, but I feel like I can like from experience with the AUG, I feel like I can do better than this. Now that's more like it. My shots are super close to each other. 13.5 is good. I'm just gonna test 13.4 just for experiment's sake and see if it's... Yeah, 13.4 feels a lot better for me than 13.6 and 13.7. It's very close to 13.5, but I'm just gonna keep it at 13.4. Now for the 6x, since I don't spray with a 6x, usually when I spray with a 6x, I zoom out, so it's a 3x. So 6x is usually just for snipers and DMRs. The testing is a little bit different. You actually want to test it as if you're using it on for example, a mini or a sniper. You want to get headshots, one tap headshot. And if you want to kind of spray a DMR, you want to fire your mini pretty quickly. You want to adjust your sensitivity. The starting position or starting sensitivity should be 10, and then you see if you can drag your shots to hit headshots with a sniper, or just crouch and, as you can see here, just spray your mini, or kind of like a rapid tap fire. The same for the 8x. You would want to start from what the 6x is and increase it by 1. Right? So if the 6x is 11, the 8x should be the starting point of the 8x should be 12. And the same testing, try to drag shot, like try the drag shots and hit headshots. And also try to rapid fire the mini, and if you're hitting your targets, then you should be fine. And actually 12 on the 8x feels great for me. You can see that this guy is running and I'm able to track him and rapid fire the mini. And that's the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you did, please hit that like and subscribe buttons. And I will see you all in the next one.